everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back to another fashion edition. Today we are going to play that ranking game again. We're going to be ranking 10 random looks from the Critics' Choice Awards from absolute worst at number 1 to good, at least, hopefully, at number 10. Be sure to play along and leave your rankings in the comments section. I cannot wait to see. Let's start with Lupita Nyong'o in Chanel. I absolutely hate this one. It's like a mini dress with a drop waist and then this netting over the top. Now, I think this is interesting and would be great in a photo shoot and on the runway. I'm sure it was spectacular, but I just absolutely hate it on the red carpet here. It's taking away from her waistline and her figure. It's competing silhouettes here in such stark contrast to one another that I just feel like this doesn't flow. It's not the most ugly thing I've ever seen, but it's almost. So I'm going to put it at number 2, and I hope I don't regret it. If you haven't played this game with us before, by the way, once I place a look on my ranking list, I cannot change it. So that's why I say I hope I don't regret it, because if I come across something more fugly next time, I can't change it. Leighton Meester in Dior. You guys know I love Dior. They are absolutely beautiful, and this is perfection. This is so well done. I don't love the almost greenish hue to the dress itself. The champagne almost looks like it has a greenish hue to it for her. I mean, it complements her reddish hair, I guess, but I would have loved it to have a richer gold hue, a champagne-y hue that's like just a little bit richer, a little bit more golden would have been nice. But other than that, this is spectacular and beautiful in every single way. I'm going to put this at number 10, best. This is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I also think gold accessories would have been a little bit nicer, but in general, this is beautiful. Just look at this stunning construction. It's enhancing a waistline for her. It's not overwhelming her in any way. It's just beautiful. Proportions are great. It's so well done. Oh no, Michelle Yeoh. I don't know what designer this is, but I do not like it. It's so messy. It's so clunky and heavy. It looks like it's overwhelming her. It's so bulky. Ugh. The colors are pretty, the navy and the blue, and it looks like it might be one of those fashion pieces that's like a deconstructed, it looks like a deconstructed winter coat type project, but those types of things belong on Project Runway or in photo shoots. They don't belong on the red carpet for something like this. As I always say, at awards shows, it's about the actors and actresses looking more beautiful. This is their day. They deserve to look more beautiful, complimented, their figures as best as they can, not worse and bulky and swallowed up by this. It just looks so heavy on her, small frame. I'm going to put this at number 3 because number 2 is taken. I'm nervous to put one as absolute worst in case I see something more gross. And here it is, something more ugly. This is Ariana Grande wearing Dior Couture, and usually I absolutely love Dior, just raved about Dior. But this looks so messy to me. It looks like fall leaves in the dying winter just blown onto her outfit and stuck there. It looks so messy. I think in part because of the strings hanging down, it just made the entire thing look disgustingly messy. Why not just have the netting continue down? Because it's a fun silhouette, but I don't like it at all. I think it's pretty ugly. I'm going to put that at number 1, worst. Ugh, I hope it is the worst we've seen. Zoe Saldana in Saint Laurent, very beautiful. This is a stunning color on her. Red really pops on her. It's gorgeous. I'm not 100% behind the choker, though it is interesting, but there's no black tied in anywhere else, so I'm not sure it was the best choice of necklace, but the rest of this looks so stunning. She has a really athletic, long, tall frame. She has a long torso, so she can get away with playing around with more volume to her top like this and not have it feel overwhelming or top heavy. Cate Blanchett is another one who can tend to pull off this silhouette pretty well with their longer body types and rectangular frame. It tends to work nicely. This is really beautiful and beautifully done. I'll put this at number 2. Demie Moore. I'm not sure who designed this. I don't love this. It's kind of creating some awkwardness. I think it's interesting the way the bust line and neckline is, but it's in direct competition with the deconstructed lower portion of the skirt. It's also making her hip area and upper thigh area look kind of awkward. The structure of this, the way It has the almost peplum effect that's sort of sculptural. It's all sort of intense. And then on top of it, it looks like it's falling down off of her bust line. I'm not loving this one. It looks a little messy, very awkward to the eye, and proportions are awkward here. I'm going to put this at number 4. I think the colors are beautiful though, and I like the black sparkly bits, but I'm not loving the rest of this. I'm not sure who this is, but this is a pretty decent attempt here. It's not fabulous. It's not the worst. It's a simple black and white column gown, much like the one we saw Kathryn, Princess of Wales, wear to, I think it was the Top Gun premiere. But it has a train element added on that looks almost like a split train, where it's sort of like a bustle/train hybrid. I think it's okay. It looks ever so slightly wrinkly, the white portions of it, but it is quite balancing. As you can see, she has an hourglass, maybe leans pear a tiny bit with her body type here, but the white band across the bust line and the train help to balance out the hip line here to create a nice proportion for her. I'll put this at number 8. It's classic and it's pretty, but I do not know who this is, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. No, I'm going to put this at number 7, actually, because it is a little bit wrinkly and it is a little bit plain. I think it could have been elevated ever so slightly more. So I'm putting this in at number 7. Oh, no. Skye P. Marshall in a red sculptural piece that's got these rosettes, sort of lace style to it. It's a beautiful color on her, very stunning, smart choice of hairstyle and makeup for something this intense. I quite like a lot of elements to this, but I wish the skirt weren't sheer, because that is just competing with the sculptural elements up top, because it's so eye-catching having those changes in tone underneath the lace throughout the bottom. But otherwise, I don't mind it. It looks to fit her really nicely. I'll put this at number 6. It could be better, but it's not as bad as I thought it was at first. When I first saw it, I was like, oh no! But after looking at it for a minute, it's okay. It's okay. Kelley Reis in a really bulky, heavy-looking leather or pleather outfit here. These shoulder pads are far too intense and dramatic, and then the sleeves are all wrinkly. This whole thing looks really bulky and heavy. I feel like it didn't get tailored to her as nicely as it should have been, and she almost looks uncomfortable in it. So I'm going to put this at number 5 because it's not flattering her. It makes me feel like it's a little claustrophobic. It's not doing anything for her figure either. With her body type, she would benefit from something that has a little bit more of an A-line, a little bit of flounce to the skirt, a little bit of flare to the skirt to balance out her figure and create more of an illusion of a waistline, enhance her waistline a little bit more. So this just was not a good match for her either. Kathryn Hahn, oh dear, oh dear. The only slot I have left is number 8, and I would never put this at number 8. It is so messy and terrible. This looks tragic. And then on top of it, she has a messy hairstyle to boot. The dress silhouette itself would be fine on her, but the construction of it, the texture of it is so messy looking and so overstimulating, combined with the netted feature of the bodice, that this just looks like garbage. It's so much. It's so intense. I hate it. I would have put this way, way higher up on worst dressed than this. Oh, it's tragic. This is the trouble with these games. Here is how I ranked. How did you rank these looks? Be sure you're subscribed so you do not miss an upcoming fashion edition covering more from the Critics' Choice Awards. Thank you so much for joining me for today's fashion edition game, and I will see you next time. Have a happy day, everybody. Bye.